Look at you, yummy, scrumptious, delicious donut. Baby dolls, this is my most important video. This is officially the most critically sensitive and important video you will watch for the next 400 days. And I really do mean that. If the crypto cycle repeats, I'm going to show you how me sitting on this squeaky chair, wearing my fluffy slippers with a very straight posture, has been able to produce the work of God. Okay, top tier elite, ghost, fractal experiences are appearing from 4 years ago to the T. Firstly, you're not going to make it unless you believe in something. Okay, we're going to go through this, friends, and boy, oh boy, let's start right now. So you're might have to watch this video twice. Okay, now in 2021, it was diamond hands. In this cycle, it's believe in something. You remember 2021, friends? This was GameStop, GME, fighting against the establishment. That was the mantra. That was the blood running through the veins of all the degens. Now, it's believe in something. We've evolved. 2017 was HODL. 2021 was diamond hands. Never selling. They're printing forever. This cycle, believe in something. Now, here's the thing, friends. My dad always used to tell me, son, I'm only gonna tell you one, or I'm gonna burn the house down. True story, okay? So you have to really understand this, friends, if you want to make it to the next part of the crypto cycle, because there is no coming back from this point. In this cycle, it is global liquidity cycle. But in the last one, it was quantitative easing. Okay? Look at it again. In 2021, you remember, friends, it was quantitative easing, QE. Now it's the global liquidity cycle. Trust me, we're going to go deep today, friends. And what I'm going to do now, I'm placing you some pump music because boy, oh boy, it's happening all over again. It is all the same thing. It is the money printer. They push a button, currency units appear out of nowhere, and it filters into the economy, filters into stonks. Don't worry about the exact mechanics. That's what the paid shields, the economists, and the liberal cuck university guys, that's what they try to do in terms of obfuscating how it seeps in, and they try to put correlations that don't work to try to basically fool you. Forget it, okay? All that matters is what the crowd is yelling. Now, people don't know about the global liquidity cycle now, do they? You have Raoul Pal, you have your friend Sommi, you have Mick Hovel, obviously the guy who made it. You have us cheering for it, but no one believes until the green candles come. And boy, oh boy, if green candles come, they're going to really start believing. You know, friends, your friend Sommi here, I was buying Bitcoin. Dude, no one knew what the hell a US government debt was, or the money printer, or interest rates. No one knew. No one cared here. Do you want to know when they cared? You know when they cared, bro. Half of you guys are here because of all this. You go, oh my gosh, they're printing money, and this thing goes up. That's when you started caring. Well, what if that happens today? What if, hey, no one knows what the global liquidity cycle is, and your friend Sommi here, I was literally saying interest rates are a scam. By the way, friends, go back, check my tweets. I was literally saying interest rates are a scam. They are still printing, guys. They are literally still printing, okay, down here. No one believed me, and they still don't believe me. I wonder if they'll believe us at 200K Bitcoin. Now, after the QE Infinity, man, we got so much more to go to. I'm wearing a Pikachu hat. Don't forget that, not financial advice, but this is kind of like life advice, because if you are really rich in 12 months, which I hope you are, I think we will be, friends, it's going to be because of this video. All right, I'm not joking. So in 2021, it was the stock to flow model. In this cycle, it is now the Bitcoin power law model. You remember stock to flow with Plan Bitch? You see that? Now, friends, this is the original stock to flow, the one that actually tapped the fair value line. He modified it. He removed Satoshi's coin, so he changed the flow part. And so the fair value of Bitcoin was meant to be over 100K. Everyone was expecting 180K last cycle. Surprise, surprise, we only hit like 60 to 70. Okay, so that's what happens. Now, we don't have that model anymore. We got a new sexy model, the power law model. And I actually have the model here. So as you can see, friends, of course, like, by the way, friends, you don't need me to tell you this, but I will. For the love of God, don't ever trust any crypto chart that just has an upward straight line for the next 25 years. You know what I mean? Like, okay, going up to the right for the next 12 months. All right, but 25 years, bro? 25 years? I hope so, man. I hope so. Hey, you know, stocks do that. I'll show you. Stocks do that. And this is the stock market chart right here. See, it does go up, friends. Up and up and up. This is like forever. It goes up and to the right forever. But stocks, they grow at 10% per year. You see? So what's our growth rate going to be? It doesn't matter. Okay, this is the new model. This is what everyone's cheering on. I've already seen the first, the poisoning of the mid-curve mind. And I have to use that language. It is true. Because they're basically saying it's mathematically 100% sound. And I'm like, forgive me, sir. I believe I've heard that before. Mathematically sound, huh? It's literally stock to flow all over again. Okay, so good thing is people are going to cheer it. Now, it has a conservative measure fence. Now, this is the crazy part about it. It actually has normal numbers that you would get. It's about 200K next cycle, and then 600K after that, and then 1.2 million after that. But, you know, let's not worry about that cycle because, you know, it's going to be very easy. Friends, the last thing you want to see is, imagine we are now in 2026. We're at 140K here, but the cycle and what's everyone going to be saying, friends? They're going to say, hey, we go above the blue line. You see, I really got to show you this, but this is important. You see how, oh my gosh, we go above the blue line, above the blue line, above the blue line. See? Well, what if at the end of next year, friends, right here, let me show you. What if we're at the blue line? You see, let me draw that here. What if we're like, right, like, we're going up maybe a bit here. What if we're like at the blue line at the end of next year? Then everyone might be saying, see, above the blue line. And then that might just be, might be the end. It might be, nope, see you later. We're actually going to go down to the poopy town, down to 52K. I just drew a scenario of how, hey, that's stock to flow all over again, right? It's, you go towards a target, people shift it, and then something happens after that where it gets catastrophic failure. But now you can see it, can't you now, baby dolls, right? So Bitcoin power law model, that is the new stock to flow. Now hold on to your horses for this one, okay? Hope you're riding the bull. In 2021, it was the $100,000 Bitcoin target. But now, in this cycle, it's the $1 million target. I'm not even joking. You think there's no way? Yep, that's what everyone's cheering, okay? That's what everyone's cheering, friends, because up here, see where Bitcoin is, 80K, everyone was cheering. Ah, man, we almost got to 100K up here, and then we came back down. Well, there's going to be new targets, friends. Here's $1 million. You know, if you look at it on a log chart, here's $1 million. I mean, I hope we get up here and everyone cheers for $1 million. Just another 3x to go, and then we come back down. You can feel it. You can feel it. Yeah, that's what's coming. They're going to change it. They change the target every time. Now, in 2021, it was community moonshots in NFTs. In this cycle, it's community moonshots in meme coins. That's exactly what's happening. Undeniable. PEPE, 1 million X return. Dog we've had went from 100K market cap to 4 billion. That's a 40,000X return. You have all these other great ones, friends. You have things erupting on other chains. You know, the meme coin life from PEPE and Dog we've had has given birth to like more energy and life in other chains. Think about the excitement that came on PulseChain, something that's really hard to bridge on, something that's not even listed anywhere. You had all these meme coins and stuff erupting. Think about this, okay? So this is important alpha for us to learn. This happens every 4 years. People fade it every 4 years, 2012, 2016, 2020, and now 2024. There is a discovery of a use case in the Bitcoin halvening year, yet for some reason, because the prices aren't up to the moon, everybody fades it. No one believes in it. In 2016, it was Ethereum ICOs. It was in 2020, it was Uniswap with the DEXs and the formula. Now in 2024, it is the discovery that people want to stamp culture and memes, communities, and mind shares things into the blockchain. People want to do that, okay? And people aren't going to believe until maybe everything smashes up much higher. We'll see. It's just like maybe if you go back in 2020, if I told you, hey, Doge is going to go really high because they're printing infinite money. And then you're saying, hey, bullocks, I don't believe that, sir. And I say, well, Maybe you don't believe it because Doge, back 4 years ago, friends, Doge was ranked about 45 to 60 in the crypto marketplace. And I can actually show you the price chart here. Doge, friends, hit almost 100 billion market cap. So when I was telling you that there's a money printer and things are going to go wild, look at this. Doge is only 300 million market cap. What's going to make you believe in a money printer, friends? Would you say a billion market cap? Would you say 5 billion? By the way, you know Mia Khalifa, the famous librarian, wink, wink. Well, she bought around here. She bought in January, you see. So she was the porn star who bought on the big wave up. And guess what happened? She ended up being right. She made like another 8 or 10x. So I think that's going to happen again. Something's going to shoot up. Maybe a porn star is going to buy it and they're actually going to make money. And we're going to think it's a top signal, but it's not. There's one of the early porn stars that come in. That'd be fun. That'd be funny if that happens exactly. Man, Doge went up and hit 70 to 100 billion market cap. Look what it started at, 300 million. So you would have thought, friends, Doge at 6 billion was expensive. And by the way, I still remember watching many YouTube videos of so many people saying Doge at 5 billion is a bubble. It is going to die. Watch out. I remember everyone saying it, okay, right here. Because Doge, friends, hit 10 billion. It went 10 billion. Now, you could have just see how obvious, see how, friends, it's going to happen again. Someone's going to mid-curve something. It's kind of like maybe PEPE goes to like 60 billion. And someone says, yeah, you know, it might be a bubble. Next leg, 100 billion plus. Something. I don't know how, but it's going to happen again. Okay, something's going to happen again. The numbers are getting ridiculous. But you all know from Metcalfe's law and how liquidity works that it's all possible. You also got to remember, Bored Apes, friends, the monkey JPEGs, okay? So, Bored Apes, they started at 192 bucks, okay? $192. These are the monkey JPEGs. So they started community stuff. 8 months later, they were up a 1,000x. They were then $200,000. And they actually went higher, up to $450,000. So, well, we might see, friends. Now, I can't even do the ghost fractal of this yet because we have to wait it. But by the end of 2021, by like in the final 20% of the NFT life cycle, the bubble, Genesis gave a $6 million loan, I think, to Meta for their CryptoPunks. So they used JPEGs as collateral. They took leverage for a fund on the JPEGs. We might see this cycle, the growth of memes, something goes big. I don't know what it's going to be, friends. It could be a new tech. Okay, it's just that so far it's memes. So far the market's showing us it's memes. Everyone loves memes. They're recovering first. People are there. Okay, so it could be something else. But right now, it just seems like we could end up in the next 12 to 14 months. By the end of next year, someone else takes out a multi-million-dollar loan using like PEPE and Shib and just other memes in their portfolio. PEPE and Dog with Hat, whatever. Mog. And they use it to basically access more collateral. And, you know, you might pick the top on there. And I'll tell you, just be careful about trying to pick the top immediately. It's going to be a good warning sign. There's a problem, though, because you're not going to think that you've got it nailed right the first time. Because if you look at the floor price, okay, what I'm going to do now is just show you the BAYC floor price. Look at this, friends. So, Bored Apes, this is where the leverage started being taken out. Here, 55 ETH. So it literally doubled in a month again. So imagine you said, oh my gosh, this thing's $200,000, this JPEG, people are taking leverage, I'm getting out. Okay, but in the next month, it goes from 200,000 to 400,000. How about that, friends? I mean, look, if I show you the USD price, oh my gosh, this is wild. Look, it goes from 200,000, look at this. Whee! Oh my gosh, 200,000. Wow, man, this is December price. There you go. So it's actually, yeah, 200,000. It ends up peaking at, there you go, 400. Oh, that's just wild. It doubles in its ETH value. That's nuts. But that's going to be the unicorn run, okay? So you can't use that as a whole barometer for the whole market being good. It's just the end of cycle run. Now, you also got to remember, Luna, friends, ran an extra few months into 2022. It got above $100. You see, before it went to zero. So that's something's going to have the unicorn run and go for a long period of time as well. In 2021, friends, it was El Salvador adopting Bitcoin. They adopted Bitcoin in September 2021. Bitcoin's price was $42,000. In this cycle, it might be Bhutan, Argentina. Habibi, come to Dubai. Hey! So it's going to happen again. But there'll be exponentially more countries. All right? So don't be fooled. I'm just telling you. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Just, if you're sitting up there and you've made life-changing gains and you've been holding the whole bear market and now Bitcoin, I don't know, is like 200,000 or 150,000, and now someone's told you that, hey, first it was El Salvador, now 3 countries. We should go 3 times higher. Don't believe them. Don't believe them. Also, I've got to remind you this and show you this, friends. El Salvador, when they adopted Bitcoin here, all right, it still went another 50% higher. So it is possible that countries adopt Bitcoin at 150K next year, and then it does another 50% wick up to 230K. Wouldn't that be sweet? Just, it's within the realm of expectations, right? Also, let's go. In 2021, it was Doge and Shib. In this cycle, it's PEPE and WIF. Now, I'm not saying to buy them or touch them necessarily. I'm just telling you, see Doge and Shib, number 1, number 2. Now it's PEPE and WIF, okay? The point is, friends, I'm just telling you that it's the same energy. There's just new cycle 1 coins in the field. Okay, it's not specifically to name PEPE and to name WIF and to say that they're going to go up forever or whatever. It's not that. It's to tell you that there's new, the cycle 1 coins. That's the new energy. It's frogs, not dogs. You see? Now, I'm not saying go buy PEPE or touch anything else. I'm just telling you, like, things are shifting, but it's still the same. They're memes. Okay, it's another vibrant community. Okay. In 2021, it was be early to VC coins. In this cycle, it's be early to meme coins. Right? You read it again, friends. Be early to VC coins. And trust me, not even trust me, go back, bro. Go back in time. I'm telling you the truth. VC coins were considered a positive. They were considered a positive. Why? It's because, friends, this is why I'm literally the highest value content in crypto. It's not even close. Okay, not even close. Okay? 4 years ago, we hadn't played out the 2021 cycle. All right? So what were people doing? If you go back to 4 years ago, which is here, people were remembering that ICOs did 100x. But why did ICOs did 100x, friends? The founders gave 50% of the coins to the public community. Okay? So there was a lot of community distribution. Coins went 100x, 50 to 100x. People thought the same thing was going to happen again in 2021. It didn't. They thought the VCs would do what they did in 2021. They didn't. They got more greedy. They backstabbed the whole industry. So instead of handing out 40 to 50% of the coins, they only handed out 15. So you literally, they basically, from the ratio, they basically gave themselves 3 times as many coins and they gave the community 3 times as less. So if you look at that disparity, they made themselves 10 times richer than everyone else. Complete greed. 10 times richer. That's the deviation, right? So that's why they just kept endlessly dumping. But like, oh, you're only up a 5x, right? So yes, the return was low for everyone, but VCs, they didn't have to buy in with like 20 grand anymore. Now they were getting in with like, 200K clips. Do you see? So if you're in with 20K and you make a 50x, you get $1 million. But the VCs, they gave themselves so many coins, they didn't have to buy in with 20K anymore. They could buy in with 200K. So their path to $1 million is just a 5x now, and they were just instantly dumping. And so there wasn't enough retails to just absorb and keep pushing it up. So that was the 2021 narrative. Then 2021 played out and everyone realized, well, after we all pointed it all out, they go, wow, you VCs, you're all scum. You all baited everybody in. You just dump all the coins. So that's what happened, okay? Now it's meme coins. But here's the thing, friends. Like meme coins, we know, everyone knows. We all know. Oh, there's a cabal. Oh, there's this and that. We know. They know. But what does your friend Sommi tell you? I tell you that the market is smarter than you and me. The market has chosen, friends. The market has said, all right, as far as we're concerned, everything in crypto is a scam. I can get excited about a cheap scam, or I can get excited about an expensive $3 billion utility AI layer 2 governance scam. Which one am I going to get excited for? And what people are choosing to do is they get excited for the cheap scams. Why? Because it's positive EV for them, positive expected value. Why is it positive expected value, friends? Because anybody can literally get a fluffy microphone, start yelling on the internet, start shilling their bags, and affect the probability that the thing survives more. It is easier to grow from a community of 1,000 than it is to grow from a market cap of 3 billion where you don't have any of the coins and there's already a team and they have a network effect of 100,000 people who've just been given tokens or whatever, okay? In a nutshell, that's why. Now, eventually, of course, you run this scenario out, there's going to be a lot of people who just have like the failed business outcome where it's like 99% of businesses fail. Yes, it is that. But it's not up to me and you. Where are people going to play their chips if the global liquidity cycle, which is the new QE money printer right here, where are they going to play their chips if we're on the rise up on the far right? Do you think they're going to go buy $3 billion layer 2 governance tokens? There's going to be some people that do because they don't want to go on chain. They want to buy off Binance, Binance, or Coinbase, right? But for the rest of us, we understand where the true value is. Okay, you want to be early, not late. So in 2021, friends, to follow that, it was begging a centralized exchange for a listing. Please list us, please, master, please list us. That's not happening anymore. In this cycle, it's the centralized exchanges begging communities, hey, come apply to us, please. We want to list you guys. Come trade on our exchange. We've already seen it, friends. Binance already made the new application, and so did Kraken. Okay, so Crackhead and Binance, they're both asking low market cap and mid market cap coins to come and apply to their communities, to the exchange, to get listed so they could get, they're trying to, basically, friends, centralized exchanges know the futures is these DEXs. So the CEXs, they just have all the lazy people who don't go on chain. So they're trying to grab communities and stuff to come here and support them. I mean, look what exactly, perfect example, look what happened to NEIRO, friends. NEIRO recently, okay, one of the first NEIROs, I know it's confusing, but the first one, my gosh, what a candle. They listed this, if you can go, you click on here, check market cap, they listed this at 20 million market cap, friends. It went up to 500 million. So Binance was never listing low market cap stuff like that, see? And there's two of the coins with the same name, just to show you how powerful, how right I am about this concept, about what's going on. Two coins with the same name, everywhere, and then basically Binance was like, we need to get the community, they're passionate people. See? I've got some strawberry yogurt waiting for me in the fridge, by the way, friends. 15 grams of protein coming right up. Now, in 2020, once again, look at this. In 2020, it was yield because rates were low, 0%. In 2024, it's price gains because rates are high. Interesting. See? In 2020, the narrative was like, oh, you got to get yield. There's no yield out there. Now, people don't want yield anymore. Okay, the market learned, it adapted. Now, rates are high. Yeah, they're going lower, but they're not going to zero. Okay, if they do, everyone wins. Like everything's going to 1000x. Okay, but they're not going to zero. So people now have learned, okay, I'm the yield. If I hunt for yield, I don't want yield. I want to just buy. Case in point, none of the meme coins have inflation. They're all scarce. Interesting, right? Interesting. Back in 2020, you had Doge handing out inflation, the first meme coin, you know? Hey, everybody participate. Now, it's not like that anymore, is it? See how people learn, friends? That's why you can't guarantee anyone, if you're selling a product or service, you're going to have edge in 5 years. You can't guarantee it. The market keeps changing. How are you going to get a read? Are you here 18 hours a day? Can you even compare to Sommi's highest value content in crypto? No, they can't. No, they can't. In 2021, they cheered that Ethereum will flip Bitcoin. The flippening. I cheered it too. In this cycle, they are cheering that Soylana will flip Ethereum. So back then, baby dolls, everyone cheered up here like the flippening. Everyone thought this was going to bull flag, by the way. You see that? Everyone thought it was going to do this and bull flag. Look what ended up happening. It faked out and then it went back down. So see how nasty TA is? Look at this. Goes. Fake out. See you later. Bear market starts. So Can Soylana do something like that? We'll see. I mean, I can even draw up for you the Soy USD. So this chart itself, Sol ETH ratio, it's not entirely important for us, friends. I'm just showing you the similarities of this, right? So a Soylana flippening would be up at like here. The Ethereum flippening, I think, will be 0.24. So that's a flippening up here. So everyone's could be cheering like, flippening, and then it's over, right? So just showing you similarities, man. Similarities. Everyone's cheering for it, right? And now look at this. In September 2020, soy boys were crying this. They said that there will be no Altseason because the world is locked down and nobody knows if they'll survive this virus. So it was right here. I remember this, friends. Everyone believed, okay, we're going to go back down and then we're going down for Bhutan. That was the 2020 September. Now, in 2024 September, our month now, the same soy boys are now crying that there will be no Altseason because look at the yield curve. Look at the interest rates cutting. A recession is coming. Interest rate cuts are bearish. It's all in September. The same thing. It's spooky. This one, crowd favorite. In 2020, Jim Cramer was bearish. In 2024, Jim Cramer's bearish. He ain't bringing any crypto person onto his show. He don't want anything to do with it. There will be a point, though, where he will. I don't know what that price is. I hope it's a $200,000 Bitcoin. I hope it is. I hope it's not 100,000. It's going to be tough, friends, you know, because he's so wildly unpredictable. It's like he knows the future, but he's not going to tell you. Okay. In 2020, it was DeFi. In this cycle, it's MemeFi. Meme finance. There's no yield and liquidity or stuff. No one cares about that. It's literally joining pockets of communities that can attain mindshare from the world. Because now you can invest in an altcoin ticker, which represents your ticket access to the community. And when you get in, you are speculating that that community will grow its network effect. Because from Metcalfe's law, we know, friends, even if you don't tell people to buy a ticker, people will buy the ticker in the community. They will. Just like I've made videos on this and more coming. If you tell people to come visit the Eiffel Tower in France, Francais, shout out to all my friends, baby dolls, some of the people will live there. They'll fall in love with the city. You send 100 people to the Eiffel Tower, 1 in 100, they're going to live there, they're going to study there, they'll send their kids there. Same thing with Vegas. You don't have to tell people to go buy a property in Vegas. You don't have to tell them that. Just go gamble. They'll go gamble. 1 in 100. They'll like it so much. They're like, hey, I like coming here every year. I want to buy a place. I want to rent a place. You see that? They're adding to the economy. They're putting money into the economy, which is just like buying a ticker of an altcoin. You get it? You might even say that your friend Sommi won't even mention PIKA on PulseChain. He's just wearing a Pikachu hat. And then that's what people are doing. They're just speculating. They're like, you know what? I think this Pikachu hat's going to go places. This is my way to get exposure to that Metcalfe's law network effect of that. See? You might not even like Richard Hart, but if you want exposure to him, you buy any of his 5 core coins, you think, oh, wow, he's literally being gagged, right, by the corrupt SEC. I wonder what happens to his network effects if he can now stream again. He goes from 0 to 100 streaming. You see that? That's another way to think about it, friends. In 2020, it was DeFi. Now it's MemeFi. It's basically the attention economy. You see, it's not the yield economy anymore. In 2020, friends, we cheered crypto to 1 trillion. Now it's crypto to 5 trillion. It doesn't mean it tops out. It just means it was a nice target to believe in. And what I'm going to do now is actually show you that exact level now of 1 trillion, because right here you have crypto, friends, in the previous bear market. Look at this. So Bitcoin, look what it looked like, by the way. This is the whole crypto industry. Look, we were sitting at 200 billion. We were down here. It was dead, man. It was literally dead. No one ever thought we'd ever get back to the highs. Look at this parabola. Everyone thought it'd take a long time. Look what happened. We went to $1 trillion. And look at that. We busted it. Bang. See? So now, what are we doing? We're like, hey, can we get to 5 trillion? I wonder if we go to 5 trillion, friends, and then we bust it up. That'll be nice. And we go to 8, 9, 10. You see? It's just the same thing. Ghost fractals. This is interesting. In 2020, Arthur Hayes from BitMEX, he got raided for jail. Right? And it's at the end of 2020. It was around October 2020. And then when he got raided, everything started pumping. I'm going to show it to you now. So Arthur gets raided, friends, around October here. Arthur gets raided, sent to jail. Bang! We pump up. And now, Binance CZ. He's the one in jail. He's the one who gets raided. Interesting. And he gets out soon, by the way. Interesting. Isn't it interesting? Pop. Imagine we just start popping up. See how these things, friends? Insane. Where did I get this information from? My peanut brain. That's it. Little peanut brain in there. Hello, 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 hello. Just an echo. So in 2020, oh, this is juicy, right? In 2020, we had Grayscale, now known as Grayscale, pumping Bitcoin, but it ultimately led to the most epic of betrayals in our bear market. It got everybody trapped, everybody turbo leverage. They were rinsing retail the whole time. They were selling an expensive Bitcoin. You know, the GBTC, friends, went to like 100% premium, something stupid, right? Ridiculous. And then it trapped so many people, and then they had to just capitulate lows and get destroyed. They contributed to all the selling of everything later on, okay? So now, friends, you can actually look at the whole GBTC premium or discount. I'll show you the chart right now. Look at this. See 2020, friends? It went up here. Look, 50%. Actually, how high did it go? Yeah, 38%. So still absolutely ridiculous. And you're buying when Bitcoin was, my gosh, when Bitcoin was 60K, you're buying it at 95K. Oh, gosh. That's disgusting. That's how expensive you paid it. So now that, I mean, look what ends up happening, right? Big regrets. Oh my gosh. Discount goes to 46%. Now it's back to zero. So, you know, Grayscale, friends, they were championed as like these big mammoth, like everyone was like thanking them. They were thanking them. Thank you for believing in Bitcoin. Thank you for opening up the vortex to allow everybody to buy and do all these. Thank you so much. And then it came back to haunt everyone. Well, I'm saying Roca Negra, okay? Black Roca Negra now pumps Bitcoin, which will ultimately lead to betrayal in the next bear market. I could just see it. See how everything I planted out here for you. I can see it. I can see the betrayal coming. I don't know the exact story. Maybe they want to do self-custody ban. Maybe they want to fork Bitcoin. Maybe they just want to do something to stifle the innovation, stifle everyone buying in, because they're the government wallet, man. They do something. So first, they bring us up, it gets out of hand, and they're the reason for the damage. By the way, you see that GBTC discount, friends? Grayscale helped push us up from like, you know, like 8 grand up to like 60. They helped big time. But when we went back down to 15, even though the price was higher, Grayscale were a big contributor to all the liquidations, all the bad damage, all the Ponzi stuff. There was some bad stuff going on, man. It contributed to exchange regulation. Do you remember with Gemini and Grayscale, there's like obfuscation in the background? See, well, why can't Roca Negra now occur with the same circumstances? Roca Negra takes us up. They start the Bitcoin ETF at 42K. Maybe Bitcoin goes to 230. I hope it does. Drop 70%, back down to like 75. But if you look at that, you say, well, hey, if Roca Negra did the ETF here, and then we go all the way up to like 200K or something, and we come back down to like 85. See, friends, you're going to be looking at it through this lens. You're like, wait a minute. We started at 40. We're now at 80. So thank you for that buy-only stuff. That's what you're going to be saying today. You ain't going to be saying that if we drop back down, friends. I promise you right now, this will be death and destruction in 2026. All right, or whenever the bear market comes. This will literally be death. Do you understand? Death. They will come out and say, let's ban all stablecoins that aren't regulated by us. Let's ban Bitcoin. Let's ban self-custody. That's what they'll come and do. And you'll hate them. And then you're going to sit there thinking, oh, at least I'm up 4x. But then you're going to look around and go, wait a minute. I'm up 4x, but they're trying to take down this whole freaking industry. And I take down the whole industry, I can't get back my money to the all-time high on my portfolio. You see? Ultimate control by them. Now, in 2020, it was, imagine they give us the Bitcoin ETF. In 2024, it's now, imagine the US government puts Bitcoin on the balance sheet. So think about that, friends. In 2020, we dreamed, and 2021. Imagine they give us the Bitcoin ETF, and they did. It was the futures ETF, and it literally marked the top. Okay, so we're looking for these, friends, and yeah, it did mark the top, mark the exact top, by the way. You go back here, remember the Bitcoin futures ETF? Here we go. There we go, and see you later. Okay. Also, fun fact, they launched the short futures, the inverse futures, and then it went up only from that point as well. How wild is that, by the way? They launched the long futures at the top, drops down. They launched the short futures at the bottom, and then we just go up only. Interesting. Friends, I wonder if there is imagine they US strategic reserve up here. What's going to happen there? I can already see it, friends. I can see it. I can smell it. I can feel it in a very family-friendly way with consent, signed on the dotted line. Bitcoin gets put on the balance sheet. Bitcoin strategic reserve is all over the news and media. Everyone says Bitcoin is now going to flip gold because the government has more Bitcoin than gold, or they like it. That's a 600K target. And everyone's going to be telling us, you're an idiot if you sell. Donald Trump's putting it on the balance sheet. He's not going to let this thing go down. Forgive me, my lord. Forgive me for the skepticism. I've heard this only 400,000 times before. Do you remember Elon Musk, friends? Do you remember the muskrat? You remember the muskrat. Remember, friends, Elon Musk bought Bitcoin here. This exact point. He bought Bitcoin here. It goes and pops up here. He sells and says, just testing liquidity. Just testing liquidity. He sells, and then he sold 75% of his Bitcoin back when it went below 28K. He never got back in. So he bought up here, sold a bit, come back down, got it out, and now he never got back in. And actually, it's reversed the whole way. So I'm just telling you, man, you might call him a genius, one of the smartest dudes in the world. Well, all right. You sold 75% of your BTC. You know, that trade was so horrible for Elon Musk. I still see Twitter people, they are in denial. I see Elon Musk and Bitcoin maxis. They don't even think that happened. I see people in Twitter, and sometimes I've got to reply, go, bro, that happened. You look it up. I made videos on it. Okay, yeah. Elon Musk sold at 28K Bitcoin on the way down, never got back in. And he made a tweet saying, this doesn't mean I'm bearish on Bitcoin. It just means blah, 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 liquidity, whatever. All right, so he got that wrong. Now, think about it at the top, though. That's why, friends, like, you gotta, man, friends, this really is the most critical video that you ever see, all right, for the next 400 days. Up here, if you were selling Bitcoin, people literally thought you're stupid because they said, why are you selling when Elon Musk is buying? Are you suggesting you're smarter than Elon Musk? That's what they were saying. What are they going to say if Bitcoin gets added to the US balance sheet? They're going to say, are you really saying the guys at the money printer, you want to fade them on this with the Bitcoin strategic reserve? Historically, the answer is yes. All right. And also, they have an incentive for it to go down after they buy in. It's so public opinion changes and they can do bad things going on later on, all right? So imagine that, friends. Orange man good. Do you see it now? Do you see it now? Because I see it. Stay long, stay strong. Believe in something. This is Doge, the Michelangelo Doge. What do you think of that, friends? It's literally, everything is repeating. It's so spooky. I've got goosebumps. All the doubts. The cycle's going to go, left translator, blah, 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 blah. It all just evens out. And here we are today. Now, my final closing comment, most critical as well, is everything is actually repeating the same spirit of it. It's just one thing that people are in that middle zone about, and it's the meme coin issue. It's the most critical of all. And why I'm even talking to you about it is because it's the life-changing opportunity if it turns out to be right. And I don't use the words life-changing opportunity often, friends. I never use that. But if you go back in history, in 2012, you had to buy Litecoin. You had to think about, okay, they're forking Bitcoin. We had to buy a Bitcoin fork, okay? In 2016, the market wanted smart contracts. So you had to think about smart contracts, getting into ICOs for smart contracts, okay? That's your 100x. In 2020, you had Gaydon Adams launched UniV2, and anybody could now launch a token, and DeFi benefited from it, but it was more about going on chain. So that's why everyone got confused. Everybody thought it was about the DeFi tech. It turns out it wasn't about the DeFi tech. It was the fact that Uniswap, the DEX formula, let anybody launch any token. You could access any community on chain. That's why a lot of people got wrecked, because they thought DeFi was the innovation, and it is innovative, but that's not what inspired the rest of the world. What inspired the rest of the world was the Uniswap formula. Now, only with the benefit of hindsight, we can look back at it. Now, we are here 2024. I'm looking around. Where's the technology? There is no technology. It's just, there's the discovery of a use case. People want new bull market speculation vehicles. We want memes. We want characters. We want to animate them. We want to access the communities there. We share mind shares. Think about this powerful idea, friends. If you are a comic, you're an artist, or let's say you're a really creative person, you could be like a 16-year-old kid. You can make your character and a Twitter for the character, and then you can make a token, and then you can just promote it all day, and the market will price it in. And if you're really good and it hits virality, people will buy it. You see that? Never before in the history of mankind has anyone been able to do that. You can literally now do that. Anyone can launch a token. You just put your JPEG there, and then the world's your oyster. It's like launching a website. Anybody can now launch a website. You see? Now, obviously, we don't like the JPEG pump fund swapping garbage, but you get to see anybody can now launch a community. Okay, so that's what crypto lets you do. Crypto lets you form a country on the internet without borders. That's what a community is, right? There are no geographical borders. That's the power of what it lets you do. Now, we attach ourselves to memes because it's just so logical. Like, you know them, you understand them. There's already animations and picture. They all live in our heads. Where's it going to go from here? I don't know. I can tell you right now, though, the entire crypto market is fading it. Crypto Banter just made a whole episode telling you to sell your memes and buy utility. I don't think we could be more bullish than that. This is your friend Sommi wearing a Pikachu hat. Don't forget he loves you. Catch you in the next one.